Today I will review the Forex FLex EA, a trading robot that brought me over $7,600 in profits in the first 3 weeks of trading with it. The results are insane, but there is something you need to know about this robot. So we found the robot a few weeks ago, and because of the nice track records and because there were a lot of possibilities like many set files, different assets and time frames to trade, we decided to put it out of demo and a challenge account. On the challenge account, we took really low risk because most of the prop firms allow 3% daily drawdown nowadays, which is nearly impossible and insane in my opinion. However, the results on the demo account are just amazing. Look at that, 10k initial balance. The profit is $7,631.80, which is above 76%, and it's been trading just for 22 days. Now, if I bring the MetaTrader on the recording screen, you will see that I am running currently a backtest, and that is for the euro dollar on H1 time frame, but I'll get back to that a little bit later. Let me show you first what we have on the chart. So I am testing it on a dollar yen for the H4 chart, the dollar Swiss, the pound dollar, and for euro dollar. And it is really hard to understand how the robot works from the chart. There are some recovery entries, and if I click on the expert list, you will see that with the default settings, what I have is a lot multiplier of 1.7. So that's one of the risk factors. Like if you want to decrease the risk in the account, you need to lower that number. The max buy trades and the max sell trades are set to 6. So if you have bigger account and a lot of margin, you can increase that number. So whenever it starts recovering trades, it will open more trades, and if you want to decrease the number here, basically you will limit how many trades to open after the initial one. You can control the pip step, which is important. So if you decide to use the grid option, you can decide exactly what pip distance to have before the next trade. However, with some of the strategies, and look at that, there are plenty of strategies with this expert advisor, and I'm using just the default one, and I will take the time to backtest all of the strategies below. And with the default one, the pip step is involved. However, if you select any of the strategies where the entry rule is indicator, then the pip step is not important anymore. You can control the risk, or like the global risk in the account, and if you select 0.1 or 0.2, 0.3, that is considered as low risk. 0.4 to 0.9 is mid risk, and anything above 1 is considered as high risk. I don't suggest to do that unless you're on a demo account, but you can see that with 0.5 or with the mid risk, I achieved really great results with the expert advisor, and there are plenty of inputs below, like hundreds of inputs. It looks like really an advanced expert advisor, and you can control many things. Usually the EAs in this price range do not offer so many inputs. However, if I bring on the screen the analysis from FX Blue, you will see that I have a great balance line. The exposure is equal between the 4 currency pairs, and if I click on stats and I go to symbol, you will see that the most net profit I have with the dollar yen, and I'm planning to open a live account with BlackBull where I'll be trading the most profitable assets. Simply, I will keep testing the EA on the demo account, and the one asset that brings the most profit, I will keep it in the new live account. And don't take that as a piece of financial advice, but probably I will go for the institutional account, not with 20,000 but with 2,000. So for all of our subscribers, I arranged the offering from BlackBull that we can open institutional accounts only with $2,000, and this is what I'm gonna do for the Forex FLex EA because I can see that some margin will be required. And as well with BlackBull market, we get leverage up to 1 to 500, which makes it really suitable. However, this expert advisor is really active. You can see over 100 trades for the dollar yen for these 3 weeks, and I'll keep testing and back testing this expert advisor. Here is the complete back test for the last 5 years. This is usually the period I select. You can see that there was a drawdown, it recovered, another one that recovered, and simply from looking at the inputs, the equity drawdown is about 8%. I can decide what type of account I want to trade. If I am going for a challenge or a funded account, I should bear in mind the drawdown limits. But the first step I'm gonna take is to open a live account where I'll be trading the most profitable asset, or at the time of recording the video, that is the dollar yen, and I will look for the deposit I want to have, and I'll just perform more back tests to see if the set files are suitable or I need to change anything, especially anything related to the risk. And this is something you have to do with any new expert advisor you are testing. Put it on demo account, perform back tests as much as you can. Plan what account you want to have, then back test with the same amount, set files, see if there is a risk to blow the account, and of course, take it easy. I always put a limit of 10% loss, which means that if the EA makes 10% loss, I usually stop trading with it, look for the better set files or for the better EA. And I continue a few days later and I have some interesting results for you. If I show you the FX Blue track record, you will see some more profits in my balance and the account is just going upwards. But if I switch to equity, you will see that there is a huge drawdown currently, and that one dropped to 8,400 and the balance is 17,000. And prior to that, there was another drawdown from 10,500 down to 5,600. So these drawdowns at around 50% are huge, and I looked into it deeper, and I'll just bring on my recording screen the VPS right in here. You will see that I have these huge negative losses with the dollar yen and with the pound dollar. You will see floating losses in my demo account, and those are actually recovering today, but I see the risk here. So I performed variety of back tests. With euro dollar, it was alright for the last 5 years. For the pound dollar, it was alright. Same with the dollar Swiss, but with the dollar yen, actually the account suffered a huge loss in September 2024. That is why I'm planning to avoid the dollar yen. I'll just go to symbol again and I'll arrange them according to the net profits. So the dollar yen is the most profitable among the 4 currency pairs, but it brings its risk with it. So I would go for the euro dollar or for the pound dollar, and I'll actually pick the euro dollar because the profit factor is higher. It had less gross losses, and as well currently on the demo account I have some floating losses with the pound dollar too. So it's a personal choice which currency pair you want to trade, but if you put all of them, just as I did on this demo account, you might see great results. You will probably flip the account within 2-3 months. You will double your money, and if you're smart enough to withdraw the profits, that will be just a great expert advisor to use. But if you want to go slower with better risk management, then I would suggest just one currency pair and you lower the risk substantially, and just be careful when using the Forex FLex. I think it's a great expert advisor to use, but I will definitely test it more. Now leave the links down below in the description so we'll see how this expert advisor is performing, what is the monthly return. And if you want to know more about another expert advisor I'm already trading live, check out this video on my side. And until then, I love you guys, trade safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.